Well, the microgreens have now taken over my kitchen. Thank goodness it's harvest day. Okay, so today is Friday, which means it's harvest day for our Friday CSA, as well as our Saturday farmers market. So all these are going to be harvested. If you remember, on Tuesday I did a video where I took these out of blackout, and I'll put a picture of them as they were on Tuesday when I did the last video. I'll also put a link to that video if you want to go back and watch it. But these have grown like crazy. I'm getting a nice root system. So I'm going to get harvesting, get everything sanitized, put my hair up, wash my hands, and I'll be back to show you what I get off all these beautiful microgreens. Alright, so I got 40 bags of peas off those 8 trays, which was what I was looking for, so that is $20 a tray. And once again, TerraFiber, that's the only mess I have. Now, let's go on to the broccoli. Alright, so I ended up getting 48 clamshells at 75 grams each off the 8 trays, which means I got 6 clamshells per tray. That's pretty good. We're at 24 bucks now per tray. And by the way, I will put these clamshells on the description below. A lot of you were asking. We switched from the hinge clamshell to the flat top clamshell that just snaps on, and I find they stack a lot better. So there we go. Now on to the radish. And I've got 8 trays here, but I've got one that we've been picking off of. Okay, so out of the radish, the 8 trays of radish, and doing 75 grams per clamshell, I got 51 clamshells full. And remember that one tray, so it was just actually 7 and a part tray, because in that one tray I would have had about at least 2 clamshells full that were taken off already, so that's 53. So right now at $4 a piece, that's $28 per tray. That is absolutely fantastic. So I want to bring you over here to show you the mats, and again, very little mess. I mean, you get the few odd droppings around. There are 16 TerraFiber mats in this little tote, and that's how easy cleanup is. This we put into, a lot of people have been asking, we put our Terra mats into a compost of its own because it takes a little bit more time to break down, so we're doing it into its own compost. That's where that'll go. And then over here, you can see the mat, and you can see how close I got to cut. Like, there is absolutely no waste. And there's the mat. I just dispose of that. And something else I want to show you is the varieties of radish we use are, this one here is called Trenton, and I'll put the links in the description below. But this one is Trenton, so it's a nice, beautiful pink with a green leaf. This one here is Rambo, and it's got the lighter reddish colored stem with the dark leaf. And then this we do a mix. So we put the Rambo, the Trenton, and the daikon in there. And the daikon, we don't do that on its own, but that is the white. So it has the white stem with the green leaf. The reason why we don't do the daikon on its own is because it's not as showy. If somebody wanted to order some, I would do some for them, but I don't think they will. But the mixture is beautiful. So I always make sure I have a couple trays of mixed, a couple trays of the dark, Rambo and a couple trays of the Triton because people prefer different colors. So they display beautifully. Now I'm going to put these into the cooler with everything else, and I'm finished harvesting microgreens. But before that, I'm going to just let you see how quickly, like I was overfull. I was overflowing. My island still has stuff on, so I'm going to get things organized, and I'm going to show you a little magic. And I have all this stuff too. So I've got stacking with the weights. I have blackout there and blackout there. I have blackout underneath on the bottom trays, and then I have blackout, I think I have 9 trays over on my island, right over there. So give me a minute and I'll show you what happens next. Alright, so my island is finally back. My juicer has its home again. And back here, we have this metal shelf emptied. But then over here, we have all of my blackout stuff. And now, this is all fine and dandy, but this is where the cycle begins. So, these radish have to come out of blackout. Oops. So do these. And the peas. So there's that top shelf. And kohlrabi. I'm going to take that off actually. It's not quite, but it'll be good. This radish, I don't think yet. I like to wait until it's like quite a bit above the tray, like an inch or so. The kohlrabi never does super well for us, but I'm getting some real spindly ones, so I'm going to take that off. This one here, I'm not going to yet, but by tomorrow morning that'll have to come off. This one is absolutely fantastic. So there we have pretty much a full shelf again out of blackout. And then the rest I just kind of take a look at, and they're not quite ready, but by tomorrow they will be out of blackout as well. I've got my broccoli down below, and I'll put that, oh, this one here is a kohlrabi. So I think I'm going to leave that one and just see what happens. I should have left the other one on actually. And my broccoli isn't quite ready to come off, but you can see the greening around the edges, and that's because it was exposed to light again, but that's okay. And yeah, I'm going to leave those ones for now, and that other side is broccoli as well. But now what I have are the ones, the peas that we planted on Tuesday, I believe, on March 3rd. These are the ones that I did the video on. So I'm going to take the weights off of these. I've been taking the weights off and misting them every day, like I told you in the last video, and I'll link that somewhere. And you can watch that if you'd like. But I'm going to take these weights off and get these into blackout. Alright, so I have my 8 trays of peas that we did on Tuesday. And I am going to put them into blackout. So what I'm going to do is just give them a good spray like this. Put them into blackout. And then I'm going to put them on what is left on the bottom rack. Right here. And my rack will be once again full. Is that not amazing? So you know how they say go big or go home? Well, if we keep going bigger in this small space, I'm not going to have a home to go to because the microgreens will take over. And there we go. So I have, you might notice, I have the bottom lights off Generally, I don't turn the lights on until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they go off at 6 in the morning. So we run them for 16 hours. But today I had them on just because it was brighter. You could see better. And so if you're wondering why I had them on, that is why. I also want to mention on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a video on planting our broccoli. A lot of you want me to do more of these videos, so we'll do it. So that's it for now. That's what we do, and it's just a vicious cycle. It is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe it. So here we go again. Have a great day, guys. Bye.